Okay, welcome back to the finale of Treasures of the Savage Frontier. So, we basically resolved the whole thing where we were framed and there was a big war against, the Alliance and all that. We solved that like an hour and a half ago. And then they realized, I guess, that doesn't make for a very satisfying conclusion. So they needed some sort of MacGuffin to put us against some really terrible enemy. So they suddenly introduced this magical gem up in the Ice Peak Mountains or something that's protected by a white dragon named Freeze Fire. And I guess the Zentrum, the evil dudes want it, and we're gonna go get it first to prevent them from getting it. But from the sound of it, it's a really tough final battle, so I doubt they would even succeed if we just ignored it. Regardless. So we're up here in, where is this? Fire Shear, which is like a dwarven mining settlement nearby. And now we are going to take a boat up to Ice Peak. Many of our brothers are bound there also. They shall be glad to see you come. Please accept free passage aboard our ship. You prepare to depart, but the Shear Master takes you aside. Be sure of your goals at the Ice Peak, he warns. You record the rest of what he tells you. Ice Peak is a very dangerous place. Your enemies have knowledge of your coming. You will arrive at the chief city, Orilsbarg, and the people there will be hostile, for their leaders are allied with Luskan. Get through the city as fast as possible. Head east to the settlement called Bjorn's Hold. His people care not for Luskan, but watch for enemies everywhere. Next, go north to the village of Ice Wolf. It is a town of gentle people, the Ice Hunters, but Northmen also live there. If the stories are true, it is from Ice Wolf that you will be able to set out in search of the gem. Good luck. The trip to the Ice Peak is short but bitterly cold. Sir Bruce curses every wave, and between trips up on deck to the railing, swears never to ride even a rowboat again. Okay, so we're in Orilsbarg. We actually still have Ugo with us, who's right now our only cleric, so that's kind of good. And then we also picked up Creador, who's a level 9 fighter, I think. So, he's all right. So we want to get through Orilsbarg quite quickly, so we're just going to head east and peace out of here. You leave the town of Orilsbarg behind, heading out onto a narrow, winding path through the ice and snow. A group of Northmen block the path ahead. One approaches, arms raised. We seek enemies of Luskan to help us drive them from our isle. With whom will you stand in this battle? I don't know. This doesn't seem to be in the walkthrough at all. I will run away. The great lusty laughter of the men follows you down the path as you run away. Okay. Well, fuck you, dude. Alright, we're in Bjorn's Hold now. The encounters here are a taste of what's to come at the end game. They're very painful to fight given the numbers they appear in and their abilities. Yeah. The walkthrough starts going into like detailed combat strats. That's when you know you're fucked. Okay, so we're trying to get to 15-3, apparently. That's the way out. 15-3. that's all the way in the upper right. Of course. Great party of Northmen approaches. You record what happens next as Journal Entry 2. The leader of the men wrapped in thick furs faces you, arms raised. As he prepares to speak, many Northmen and the smaller ice hunters push in behind you. I am Bjorn, son of Bjorn, chief of this village. What is your purpose here, strangers? Do you spy for the Luskan dogs? No. Foes of Luskan, heroes of a score, my people salute you. Good fortune on your mission, he adds, and leads his men away. You're still here? I thought that surely by this time you'd be on the boat to Icewolf. I do want to be on the boat to Icewolf. Once I figure out how to get there, I'll be gone. This is 13. No, this is incorrect. God, I still don't understand the grid. No. It's towards the top. No, wait a minute. 15. Why am I so bad? Right, it's this way and this way. It's the upper right. Yeah. There you go. 2 Northmen and 2 Ice Hunters greet you as you step out onto a pier. We are ready to take you to Icewolf. Are you prepared to go? Ready. You climb down into the small boat and the men begin rowing north. A short time later, you reach a dock. The mountain is treacherous, but not so treacherous as the men in black. Seek the one named Bleak Sky at morning. Climb out of the boat and the men row away. Alright, and we're in Icewolf. So far, so good. There's only one thing to do here, which is to go to 10-7 and head through. This is the point of absolutely no return. Okay. This fight is not yours, visitors. It is our way only. Let us go alone. Your way lies on the other side of this wall. Northmen pass through the archway to the west. Okay. Oh, that wasn't where I was supposed to go. Okay, what are you talking about? Two short black-haired men stand guard on either side of the corridor. Here, one says, "We are the Ice Hunters. We guard the wilderness. Pass in safety, heroes of a score." Okay, okay. You'd think 6 games in I would understand how the grid works. And I do, I don't know. I can't think about it, I guess. Oh god, I got into a fight with the fucking Northmen for no reason. They all have 65 health. And they cast spells. Okay. How about a little fire up north? Like that shit? I don't know. More fire? What an idiot. What an idiot. Alright, decent amount of XP there. And there's a lot of loot. But it's probably not worth anything. And then we found more loot. The North Helm. It's a helm +2 that grants cold resistance. Ooh. I don't think we need any of these papers anymore, but I don't know. I guess I'll hold on to them. Okay, so that was not anything that mattered. So we're trying to get to 10-7. 10 down 7. This is 10-7 and head through. The high ceiling of this chamber makes it appear larger than it really is. Torches line the walls, their dancing lights creating 1,000 ever-changing shadows. Ice hunters sit in a circle around a very old man who says, "I am Bleak Sky at morning. I know why you have come. You are expected." Long have we waited. From grandfather to father, from father to son, from generation to generation has the secret been passed. 600 years have we waited, and now you have come. The old man rises. He gestures to the rear of the room, to a door. The way is there. Long have we watched. Long has it waited. Through the door you must go. Climb the steepest climbs. Find the lair of the dragon. The ancient power you seek is there, in the great cavern. Into the eyes of Mangg he asks, "Has the time come?" "It is time." "Then you must go. The land, the sea, the sky, the sun go with you. Call upon them in your need." Okay, well, then we're in. That's the point of no return, so we're locked in. Hopefully we can beat the game. Nowhere near level cap. The only person at level cap is my elf wizard. That's it. That's it. That's not good. How did that happen? Okay, so the two entrances into Freezefire's lair are at 01 and 014. 014 is a more direct route. So that's what we want. So 014. There's a cat in my way. I can't see the coordinates. I don't know anything, but we're on a direct path here, so we'll just go. Pathway leads into the wilderness here. To the north, it is narrow and treacherous. Difficult climb. To the south, the track skirts the mountainside, rising gently as it goes. Okay, I think we want to go this way. A Yeti patrol appears ahead of you. You've gotten away. Good. We'll want to probably avoid all patrols. I mean, it is XP if we wanted to try to get level cap. The path on which you're walking forks here. The north branch leads straight up the steep slopes of the ice peak. The southern branch skirts the icy mountainside, descending slightly. We want to go down. To 14. The black-robed man is standing here. He takes one menacing step towards the party, then stops and begins to sob pitifully. You record his story as journal entry 69. Freezefire's lair, the gem. The heroes of a score have arrived before we could find the way. All is wrong. I have failed. The masters will torture me and never let me die. The masters of Hellgate Keep. They sent us to stop you. They sent us to retrieve the gem. And now my group is lost. I am lost, and I have failed. The man slumps limply against a boulder in complete despair. Okay, dude. Well, we are here. That's true. Okay, that's not correct. Alright, that's not too bad. Yeah, we're fighting Yetis. I don't know if I told you that. So we're going down, 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 here. That's correct. Now we're in Freezefire's lair. Great. The most direct way of getting to Freeze Fire is by taking 014 from Ice Wolf. This puts you at 1514. Head southwest and leave at 1315. That'll put us back in Orlsbarg. And then we go right into Freeze Fire's lair. Okay. There's a... Hold on. Okay. So, yeah. So we want to go southwest, if possible. Alright, that's not too bad. Pretty simple. Southwest to here. Puts us back in Orlsbarg on the other side. And then we want to go to... Damn it. Fucking cloud giants all of a sudden? Oh god, a lot of them, dude. That's a fight that I probably could just reload. It's annoying. But since I'm instantly healing and restoring all spells after every battle, really not too much trouble. Oh, sorry, Creador. Hardly knew ye. Okay. Easy fix, though. Then we go north, back in Freeze Fire's lair. Then we want to look at 910. Pathway ends here covered by an avalanche of rocks and boulders. Lifting some of the stones, you expose a small opening from which a cold, musty-smelling draft escapes. A Yeti patrol appears ahead of you. They bare their fangs and attack the party. Alright, that's easy. After we win, enter the tunnel. This will put us inside at 7-8. Okay. Enter tunnel. Darkness swallows the party as you climb down into the mountain. The path descends for a short time, then begins to rise again. You emerge a few minutes later in a huge cavern. Narrow shafts of light filter through the ceiling to illuminate great piles of rocks and dirt. Dust swirls in the drafty gloom, and your voices echo eerily off the high stone walls. Okay. The final battle triggers once you step into 2 or 3, 6. Stop at 2, 7, or 4, 6. Okay. Well, we're here. Here we go then. We're gonna fully buff up with everything we can, which is not much. We got some enlarges, I suppose. We got the mirror images. We got haste, of course. Do up the haste. We've got some more enlarges for various people that matter and are cool. We've got bless. Do have resist cold, which I'll put on gold. We've got prayer. And that's it, really. Not a whole lot else. Entering the chamber, you're stunned into silence. Mangg says, "This must be it. Freeze Fire's lair." Yeah, doesn't it look like it? There you go. Now it looks like it. In each direction, everywhere you look, shimmering treasure is heaped high against every wall. Pile upon pile of gold and platinum pieces, and gems, and still more gems. Riches beyond count and imagination. Multitude of pinpoint gleams in the darkness. You realize there are several men combing through the horde. Your enemies. Okay. So... We have to do this fight. Black Robe Mage, Black Robed Masters, and Black Robed Spies. Across 3 groups. Then there's going to be reinforcements twice. Blah, blah, blah. The sooner you defeat everything, the better. And then we fight Freeze Fire. Alright. So, Freeze Fire is immune to cold, so we may as well bust out Ice Storms now. So, the Masters here have 102 health. The Mage is only 34. So we really want to bum rush these Mages. Just want to interrupt that as much as we can. Yeah, we'll prioritize. Ugo. Hold person is going to be potentially very valuable here. Flip all these masters. 1, 2. 2's pretty good at this stage. Priador already fucking dead. Christ, man. Well, he's not one of my kids. We got dwarves. We've got dwarves. That's all I got for... So we're gonna launch a fireball up top. Fucking Christ! Mangg's dead? That's really bad. Okay, so I didn't know the spies can just disintegrate. Just one shot. I didn't know that. That's pretty bad. And they can hold. So now, we're getting more reinforcements. We are not surviving this. Oh my god, there's so many fucking one-hit kills in this fight. Holy shit. More reinforcements. There was his last hold. person spell. Should have opened with confusion, really. I think that's done the most of anything. Okay. Now, do I cheat here and heal everybody? No, we gotta... No, we gotta give this an honest attempt. I feel really bad about winning that way on a game like this. We got so much XP, Sir Bruce and Berlana would level up. Breathing heavily, Sir Bruce announces, "We've won! The men in black are defeated! A treasure!" Sir Bruce's voice trails away. The treasure floods back into everybody's thoughts. Yet one by one, the eyes of each party member are drawn to the single enormous, multifaceted gemstone, clutched tightly in the claw of a great white dragon. A great, shriveled, mummified white dragon. Hordan whispers, "Freeze fire!" Everyone lurches towards the gem in an involuntary, impulsive lunge of greed. After only a moment, each person regains control and stops to consider what to do. Suddenly, before your very eyes, a shimmering, glowing, flickering light appears. The light grows to become a globe. The globe expands and contracts as if breathing. Then it shrinks to an infinitely bright point of light, before exploding star-like into... "Well, my friend," Samanitas says, examining his projected image, "I was worried for a moment. If I'd reversed 2 words of that spell, I would appear to you as a West Moonshay pelican. But to the problem at hand, this hoard is not your goal. What of the great staff of the ages? Is that not your... Wait, that was the quest of the 5 halfling half-brothers. This is, the quest for the gem. That's it. You have reached your goal, the lair of Freezefire, that old monster himself. He lies on more wealth than any of you has ever seen, clutching the gem in his long-dead claw. But behind you are your enemies, and they are already in the mountain. You must hurry." As the old man's last word, "hurry," echoes through the cavern, his image begins to glow. Soon it burns so brightly that you must avert your eyes, and pop, Amanitas is gone. But the pop came not from Amanitas. It came from the carcass of the ancient dragon. Sir Bruce, leaping away from the dragon, eyes lit, arms raised, displays the gem for all to see. "I have it! It's mine!" Sir Bruce shouts, fondling the iridescent jewel. "Damn it, Bruce!" There's not the time to argue, for your attention is drawn back to Freezefire. Its gem stolen, the withered dragon is returned to life. Sir Bruce shouts, "Freezefire, you shall not lay waste to our fair realms once more! Attack!" The dragon swoops down upon the party. Alright, so we're all terrified. And he opens with Breathing Fire, killing both my spellcat, yeah. So all we have is Sir Bruce, who set this whole thing off. We do have Ugo. There's a chance he could slay living. Unaffected. I gave it a shot, huh? Alright, then there's also poison. Fucking, I mean, this is, oh god, that's so funny. Like, why is he not immune to poison? Isn't he like a mummified dragon? That's so funny. So he has 35% magic resistance. So we had to get through that, which isn't too bad. But then, yeah, for him to fail his save on poison of all things, a spell I have never once used up until this point. And the only reason he has it is because I didn't set Ugo's spells. That is funny shit. Alright, I'm going to heal everybody now, so at least they're all alive for the end. 10,000 XP, no treasure. Freezefire's dead body lies at your feet. You have destroyed your black-robed enemies. For a moment, the cavern is quiet as you savor victory. Excited voices break the silence as many dwarves swarm around you. They erupt into cheers for the party, then hoist you on their shoulders. They carry you out through the tunnel and down the ice peak to the village of Icewolf. There, adept ice hunters tend your wounds, and all are healed and happy. Bleak sky at morning proclaims a great feast in your honor. Northmen and ice hunters alike fill the village, cheering your every move. The word spreads quickly. Raurim and Steelfist arrive and tell a roaring crowd that the hoard will be shared by all peoples in the Northern Realms, after the party is rewarded. Okay. Bunch of shit. Emissaries from Waterdeep bring word that Luskan has withdrawn all forces attacking the Lord's Alliance. Thanks to the party, there will be no war. They take charge of the gem and in triumph escort you back to Waterdeep for rest and reward. Okay, more reward. More jewelry and gems heaped onto us. The month is filled with banquets. Lord Purgirin declares that the heroes of Escor are now the heroes of the North for your great deeds. On a hillside outside Waterdeep, you recall your many quests. The monsters slain, the treasures won, the thousands of innocent lives you saved. It has indeed been glorious. Alright. And that's it. That is Treasures of the Savage Frontier, with a really unexpected ending. I expected to do that whole thing like 3 times at least. Fucking Ugo. Ugo is the hero of the North. Technically, everyone else was dead. I mean, they would get revived afterwards regardless, but... yeah. Fucking Ugo. Oh, God. So... That's crazy, though. At the very end, then, with that end game XP, Sir Bruce hit fighter level 10. 2 levels off of cap. And Brilanna finally hit mage 10, so she got her dual class back. But yeah, so only one of my characters hit level cap. I don't know, I felt like I even did all the optional sections in the walkthrough. Maybe I was just too quick, and I think maybe most of the XP in this game comes from fights instead of quests. And so maybe I just, you know, instead of wandering around over and over doing battles, I was just beelining for stuff. Because like in Pool of Radiance, most of your XP is going to come from completing commissions and stuff. I don't know. It still worked out. I mean, we still were able to win pretty much as legitimately as you could, really. I mean, well, as far as using a walkthrough is concerned. Had I been wandering around more, we would have been worn down by a lot more random battles if I wasn't healing automatically. But still, I mean, that's a proper win as far as I'm concerned. Thanks to Ugo and Poison. Okay, so that's it for Treasure of the Savage Frontier, and that's it for the Savage Frontier. Those 2 games. Overall, yes, I would say this is the weakest of the Gold Box games. At least as far as I've played. From what I understand, none of the Kryn games are going to be that bad. Many people think they're the best one. So I would guess this is the weakest entry. That being said, it's still pretty good. I mean, it's still a classic kind of CRPG. And I think if you like any of the Gold Box games, you'll probably still have some enjoyment with this one. But, you know, don't feel bad if you save it for last. You know, because you're not, if you end up skipping it, you're not missing out on a massive amount. There's nothing really original here. There was a few new types of enemies that weren't in other games. Like, I don't think any of the other games had Yetis, but they weren't particularly interesting. And actually, there were a few Yeti battles that were really annoying, because you started with, like, most of your team getting feared and running away for 2 rounds, and that was really obnoxious. But Yeah, I mean, it wasn't as easy as Gateway. And like I said, the spellcaster, there was a lot of spellcaster battles that just require luck or very precise targeting and stuff like that. But even still, it's fine. It was a fine game. Yeah, that's all there is to say. So, that means that we'll be moving on. I know this is a short video. I didn't look ahead, so I really had no idea how long the whole Ice Peak section would take. I probably should have included Fire Shear in here, because that was a bit of a longer section. But regardless, we're moving on to the Kryn games. So they're set in Dragonlance, which is, not really talked about. Well, no, they're set in Kryn. I'm sorry. The Kryn is the name of the world. Dragonlance is the name of the universe. Like, the series of books and supplements and adventures and blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, Dragonlance was created by Laura and Tracy Hickman, husband and wife, which is pretty cool. And it started in 84. I mean, they started designing adventure modules for AD&D back in 79, so they're real old school. And yeah, so eventually it became a new setting called Kryn, and there's been a lot of books and other adventures. But really, I mean, you almost never hear about Dragonlance anymore and Kryn. I don't even know, like, when they stopped doing that. Does Wizards even have a license to it? Yeah, they definitely do. Okay. Okay, so it wasn't... There was a Dragonlance campaign setting book for the 3.5 edition. They actually turned over all responsibility for maintaining the Dragonlance setting to Sovereign Press until 2007. So they were like, yeah, fucking just go ahead with it. No one really cares about this. Then it wasn't in 4th edition at all. And then there was, I guess, one adventure book for 5th edition that's been put out. Dragonlance Shadow of the Dragon Queen. Which is a, what? No, it's a campaign? 1st to 11th level campaign. Okay. Introduces the Dragonlance setting to 5th edition. And that's been it. That's like the only Dragonlance thing they did. And that was a while ago now. I don't know, there might be more. But yeah, I mean, back in like the 90s and stuff, I mean, from 88 to 92, there was 9 Dragonlance video games published. And look at all these novels throughout the 90s. Oh my god. And it went pretty steady up until like 2011, and then it just stopped. And then finally in 2022, they came back, did a couple more novels. And yeah. I don't know. It's definitely a setting that I think of as being like the olden days. Anytime I think of the word Dragonlance, I don't think of it as a modern thing anymore. I don't know why. I don't know why it fell off. I don't know why. I mean, I don't know. Maybe Wizards just isn't that interested in it, and then it doesn't get pushed, and so most people don't even know what it is. I don't know really any of the details of the world of Krynn, but I guess we're going to be learning a lot about that as we play through these games. So that's going to be, I think it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to not be in the Forgotten Realms, which is where like every D&D thing is. Anyways, so we're going to be moving on to those 3 games, and that'll be another, big sort of campaign, import parties, that sort of thing. I don't know what the level cap is ultimately. We can probably find out real quick. 40. Maybe. Probably. I'm gonna have to read a lot more, when we go to make our characters and stuff like that. But yeah, I think level caps are gonna be pretty high. So that'll be fun. But I think I'm actually gonna take a detour before we because I've been doing a lot of gold box in the last week. I have now beaten 6 games in a week. So it's been a lot of gold box. So I actually want to take a detour. And before we finish out the rest of the gold box with 3 more games, I actually want to go and take a look at a non-turn-based classic CRPG series, I guess. And I actually want to play the Eye of the Beholder games. The first 2 which were made by Westwood Studios, who you may know for making Command & Conquer. Eye of the Beholder 3 is apparently not very good, I guess, but the first 2 are decently well regarded, and I bought them as part of this big, D&D collection. And they're a big inspiration for Legend of Grimrock. I think that's the name of the game, right? Yeah, Legend of Grimrock 1 and 2. They're heavily inspired by Eye of the Beholder, and also there's the Ultima Underworld games, which I'd like to get to at some point. And then I think there's a couple of... Actually, also Westwood made another series called Lands of Lore, which is basically their own version of Eye of the Beholder. Like, in their own setting and everything, and their own kind of take on it. But I'd like to do the Eye of the Beholder games, because I think it'll be quite a bit different than the gold box stuff. And so nice kind of palate cleanser before we take on the lands of Krynn for the last 3 gold box games. Yeah, so that's my plan. Should be pretty good. But yeah, I mean, in the last few weeks, I've just been going through all Might and Magic and gold box games. Just so many classic RPGs I've never even really knew about, never touched, never looked at. And this has been a lot of fun. This has been really a great experience. I don't know if, most people would enjoy playing these old school games. But I would argue that the gold box games with the companion app and a walkthrough, they're really not that, obtuse, or hard to understand. I mean, the controls are pretty simple. The combat controls are pretty intuitive. It's turn-based. There's no rush. So I think it's fairly easy to get into nowadays if you're interested. It's just probably most people are not interested. But they're pretty good. All right. My name is Mangg. The game you just finished watching has been Treasures of the Savage Frontier, and I'll see you fine folks around.